What's going on, everybody? It's Uno707 coming at you with a pretty comprehensive first look at Firestorm. I got a chance to get on it the other day and wanted to give you guys what my thoughts were, first impression, and actually this is the first game I played. Got a pretty good up-close look on it. So the parachute system's pretty straightforward. Jump in, drop down, easy enough. Moving right into looting, though. Took me a minute to get used to this, in fact. Didn't really notice certain things that I wanted to make sure that everyone else is aware of going right into it. Kind of help you get your feet on the ground and back in the fight as fast as possible. So you'll notice that when you're picking them up off the ground, weapons, items, things like that, super easy. You run up, you hit E, whatever. I made sure to, anytime I picked up any of those armor plates, first thing I did is put that on, find a place to do that so you're not getting hit, even on the hot drops. Loot's pretty easy to find on the ground. One thing I wanted to note is these little green up arrows versus the blue up arrows, right? Pay attention to those. They don't tell you is every gun actually has different versions, and you're gonna have the blue, the green, and the purple, right? Green being the lowest, blue being the medium, purple being the highest. You're gonna find better loot in these boxes like here on the ground. But that doesn't necessarily mean you won't find the other loot as you go around. Moving into the driving aspect. Driving in this game, I wanted to compare it more to PUBG, right? So I gave it a good distance on this one to go, and I was just gonna throw this car at everything I could find. And there's pros and cons to it. One, you gotta remember, this is World War I and II era. The driving, you do not have power steering. You have to be moving forward to make these turns. Okay, so varying degrees of pressing up on your up arrow or letting go to slow it back down and make turns. But after that, I mean, it's actually surprisingly intuitive, and it's very forgiving as compared to like PUBG where you hit a rock and then you're done. I decided to let's see what happens if I became a mountain goat and run through some trees, go over the rocks, and just pound this car. And it took it, you know, like as you can see, I'm just mobbing through this mountain like I'm on a Humvee, you know, a current up to date only needs one tire on the ground Humvee. This thing was a tank without the tank, which there are tanks in this game, and I have my feelings about that as well. So as you can see, took it pretty far, ran it through a ringer, you know. Up here I'm gonna run it through some fence. Want to see if the fence actually slows it down, or if you can just mow down a fence, which you can, no problem. Hopping in, kind of slow. Keep that in mind if you're trying to make a quick exit or quick getaway. But hopping out, not too bad, right? Still not the greatest. I think it could do a little bit better on getting in and out of driving and whatnot. Moving into the fighting aspect. So, fighting, well, pretty much just like, you know, in Battlefield 5, right? Like, guys will just randomly appear off in the distance. Take your time. Keep moving, right? One thing I did notice, as soon as that pops up, right? Enemy's armor is broken. That kind of, for a second I was like, oh, sweet, I got the kill. And then I realized what had actually happened. But it's not a bad idea to push when their armor's broken and you have full armor for full health. Don't give them time to swap out their armor plate, right? Because as soon as you do that, the fight starts over again. Bringing me to the next section, the broken looting system. I was fortunate on my first kill. I didn't really realize how broken this system was. His items actually spread out pretty far, making it really easy to get in there and loot. But I went back into fighting. Had a good time doing so. And you're going to see on this next loot, the looting system is broken. Like, there is no other word for it. It's broken when it comes to pulling items off a dead body. Smacked him. Face. Gotta love those headshots. Battlefield 5, I will tell you one thing. The feeling you get when you get the headshot is unlike any other. Even better than PUBG's headshots. So yeah. Once again, armor plate's kind of messed up. I take the time before I start looting. And there you go. Everything is stacked on. I couldn't get in there and figure out what I wanted and where it was before yet another person third-partied me, you know? So Took cover because I knew he was behind me. Put up my armor place, and like I said, he should have been pushing me because by the time I got up, he should have been right on me, trying to take me down. But he stayed his distance. I guess patience, you know, he thought would help him out. I ended up getting third, fourth partied. And that guy's probably rage quitting on uninstalling the game right then and there. He had me dead to rights. I should not have won that. The other guy, you know, he's off to my right still, so between the rock and this tree and the next rock up, I'm still pretty hidden from. I take the time to yet again try and get through this broken looting system. And the problem is items stack on other items. And even if you're directly staring at it with your mouse, you won't be able to get to certain items at sometimes because they're too stacked, you know? And you end up staring at your feet for far too long in a battle royale game. Like, you should be in and out like that on a looting system. There's no option to open up a menu, see what's on the ground, swap things out like that. They definitely need to work on that system. But otherwise, past the looting system, I really enjoyed this game. You know, things that I wish that could be brought into it from other games, like in Apex. The ping system is flawless, really. You don't need a mic, or you don't need your teammates to have a mic to really communicate with one another, which I think breaks down some language barriers at times. Makes it easy for people with other languages to play, because I could ping something, say enemies over here, and the guy in Russia is getting here, whatever the hell that is in Russian, right? So it's really great that they can do that. Here, you can't ping anything. You can mark things on the ground, people are just be like, oh, we're going that way, or oh, there's someone over there. It's like you don't really have a delineation between the ping system here, making it pretty hard to play squads with randos, as randos is already hard enough, or blueberries as we would like to call them. The other thing I don't like is, as you can see here, I'm actually hitting this guy, or sniping right now. I have yet, after playing 4 or 5 hours, I have yet to find a sniper rifle with a scope. Almost every SMG I picked up had a scope. That's another problem. That was my first game though. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and I'll hopefully see you guys in the next one. Later.